sort of bumbling stagehand character, and a couple times throughout the show when Murray leaves the stage, I get to kind of steal the spotlight and perform a couple of times in the show.
And we've got a clip of you and Murray and his wife Chloe and the TSA. So let's take a look at that and see what you're like.
Except for travelers selected for TSA PreCheck, remove all shoes, jackets, coats, and other outerwear and place them on the belt for screening.
Oh, that is hysterical.
I'm not going to say I'm a celebrity, but I will tell you every time I've flown since that came out, I do wear my lefty hat, and twice I have been recognized, and TSA's kind of pushed me through a little bit quicker, so it does have its perks.
I've seen that actually at the airport. It's really funny to watch.
Yeah, how did you get them to get along with this, or did they approach you guys?
They approached us. They had done a series of commercials about 10 years ago with a lot of the shows, and a lot of the rules from flying have changed over the last 10 years.
Right.
So they selected a lot of headliners from Vegas. They did a commercial with Blue Man, they had Carrot Top, George Wallace, Jeff Civilico, Rock Vault, and we were one of the people that they selected.
Wow.
So it was great.
Yeah, neat.
Yeah,
a lot of fun.
strip performers in the ad campaign that you can see over at the airport there. And you are not only on stage, you do a lot of work behind the scenes too. You're actually a magic consultant.
I do.
What is
As
that?
I tell people, a lot of times, for example, when a camera is focused on you, you can't tell how close the camera is filming. So the camera might be 20 feet away, but it might be zoomed in very close on your hands. So a lot of times when I consult with other magicians, I'm doing it for TV things where I'm actually watching the monitor and I'm sitting with the director saying, push in close on that, let's pull back. Also, I act as their eyes if their collar's up. Well, how will they know?
Right.
So I'm making sure things are like that, details in the background. So I sort of am an extra eye behind the camera that magicians use.
So tell me some of the folks you've worked with.
In terms of magicians?
In consultants and musicians.
Oh, magicians I've worked with Steve Wyrick, who's a 15-year veteran headliner on the Strip. I've done work with Murray Sawchuck, Tommy Wynn, who has his own theater in town. And most recently, I started working with a magician who found me online from Brazil. His name is Philip Blue, and he flew to Vegas last year, and I consulted with him for about 2 weeks, and I'm working on a big show for him in Brazil. So it's pretty exciting.
Have you been to Brazil before?
I have not, but I'm looking. I'm looking to go. I'm hoping that the consulting needs a hands-on touch, and then I get to fly there and actually work on the show and check out the scenery.
Well, it's surprising that you mentioned Tommy Wynn because he was a guest, one of our guest co-hosts earlier this week, and he says you guys are always working on new tricks, new things, you know, just different ways to expand your craft.
Absolutely. I tell a lot of people that magic is similar to mathematics.
Really?
There's only a certain amount of principles. So as a magician, and when you get to a certain level where you have your own show, you're trying to take a basic concept and figure out how to change it and make it look different.
Right.
So even though a magician has cut a woman in half for 100 years, it's up to magicians now, how do I make it different? Maybe instead of using a saw, we're using a laser. Maybe we're using a drone in the act somehow.
Okay.
So it's about taking something that we're used to seeing and changing it up and making it fresh.
How cool. Well, we're glad you're here today, being one of our guests.
I'm glad to be here.
It's Magician's Week here. Well, there are so many trending stories.